Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Brook, and if you've been here before, you already know that. And I'm talking a lot with my hands, but that's what I feel like doing today. Finger pistols. Okay, so I felt like sharing with you, everyone. I'm sure most people have seen by now that PewDiePie has read 72 books. Well, had read 72 books last year. So I'm like, god dang, if PewDiePie can do it, I can do it. So I set myself a goal to read 72 books this year, at the minimum. That's a lot of books, okay? But I don't always read chapter books. I read a lot of reference books. Like, reference books is such a weird thing to say. Like, not necessarily like lengthy educational books, but like things that are like right at you. There you go. Here's the information. You got it. So it's not just going to be chapter books that I'm reading, and I'm going to keep track of every book that I read. Now, it's not like I'm going to read kindergarten books. However, I'm reading kids books. So, but I have kids, and my oldest kid wants me to read books that he's read that were really good. Sunshine State books. If you live in Florida, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know what it's called in other states, or if other states even have it, but I'm going to read some of those chapter books. And I'm also reading some chapter books with my youngest son too. So right now, I'm going to show you what I have read so far in 2019, which I read 3 books already. I've completed 3 books, and January's not even over yet, so I feel so accomplished, and 2 of them are chapter books. Yes! So, the first book I read was The Lucky One by Nicholas Sparks, and as a teenager, I saw A Walk to Remember, the movie, of course, you don't see the book. And it was amazing, and it was like one of my favorite movies of all time. So I found out that it was based on a book, and that's about the time that I started getting obsessed with reading books that were from movies that I had seen. And the books are always amazing, you know. Harry Potter books and movies, equally amazing. There's not one better than the other. They're all good. They did such a good job with the movies. However, the Nicholas Sparks book, For a Walk to Remember, was horrible. In my opinion, I'm sorry if people like it, but I'm not sorry that I don't like it. It really bummed me out because it was just so different from the movie, and the characters were just so bland, and the book was just so boring and slow, and I didn't make any connections to anything. So right then and there, I pretty much swore off all Nicholas Sparks books. And I know that his movies are great, you know. I like that one with Miley Cyrus and the Sea Turtles. I thought that was a really cute story. That was a great story. I liked that movie a lot. I haven't read the book. I know they've done that Notebook thing. Haven't seen that movie. I'm not into romance a lot. Like, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. A lot of romantic things are like cringy. They're not good. It's just like cringy. So I don't really care. This was given to me from my aunt, who sent me 4 books actually. So 2 of them I read, and the other 2 are like crime mystery books or something from, I don't know, #1 bestseller. I don't buy bestseller books. I buy classics, or I buy weird stuff, you know? So I read The Lucky One, expecting it to not be good. Now the first, like, what, 5-7 chapters perhaps, were incredibly boring. It was so much backstory, but it wasn't backstory taking place, like, it was like the author was just telling you all this backstory just to get it all out of the way so you know the characters now, instead of putting the backstory in here and there, which he did later in the book, and that was good. But I didn't like the beginning of the book, but I powered through it because I have this goal, plus my aunt sent these to me, and I wanted to read them to make her feel good and not think that she wasted her time sending me this box of random stuff. And so I read it, and I liked it a lot. The ending was so satisfying. So satisfying. And then I watched the movie, and I was so disappointed in the movie. The movie was horrible. There was hardly any character building. They changed things that didn't need to be changed. Like, I don't even understand why they changed some of the stuff. But anyway, I recommend the book. Not for super, super heavy readers. If you're the casual reader, and sometimes you pick up a book and, you know, then read this. It was a good story. But if you really like reading, you're like deep into the wordsmithing, get the classics. They are amazing. Like War and Peace. Oh my god, War and Peace is so good. Anyway, that was the first book. Check. Second book, also sent by my aunt, was The Edge of Winter. It doesn't look satisfying. It doesn't look interesting at all. The story on the back, very basic. These could be Lifetime movies. Actually, Lifetime movies are better because there's always some scary guy. But anyway, this was pretty good. The entire book stayed based around birds, and that really impressed me. I would, you know, I'd recommend this book being read. It wasn't like climactic or anything. There was no real satisfaction in it. It was just a story from a small piece of this character's life. These characters, 4 of them, 4 to 5, 6 of them, about 6 of them. But yeah, this girl, they live in Rhode Island, her and her mom. Parents are divorced. She's like in high school, loves birds. They hang out at the bird reserve. Her mom works in an art gallery, loves bird paintings. The art gallery is all about the birds of Rhode Island. So they really kept it around birds. The mom's love interest is a guy who works at the nature preserve. He knows about the birds. His dad is a guy who takes injured raptors, which are, you know, predatory birds, and heals them so they can be set free again. So birds, birds, birds. She falls in love with a surfer kid. She falls in love the second time she sees him, like meets him. The second time they're together. The first time she smashes her face into the ground. The second time they're just at a beach party and she realizes she loves him. I wanted to close the book. When I read that part, I wanted to close it and just not read anymore because it didn't make sense. Why would you love him already? You don't even know him yet. I kept reading. There was something else in here that made me want to close the book too. Made me just cringe so hard. But all in all, the story was good. I liked it. It was fine. If it was a movie, it'd be more interesting because it'd be probably like an hour and a half. If they made it longer than that, I wouldn't watch it. So, the third book I read is Framed. And there's 3 books to this series. So Framed is the first one. I think Vanished is the second one. And then Trapped is the third one. And this is the book that my oldest son, who is 12, has recommended to me to read, and it was very good. This kid is in the FBI. He is super, super smart, like a little Sherlock Holmes. Like he sees things other people don't see, and he solves the mystery of this book. And it was really good. And then there was like a real surprise, like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. In a little kid's book. That was a really simple little kid's book. So I think I read this in a week. Got it Thursday, finished it yesterday, Thursday. So those are the 3 books that I read so far. And I'm feeling really proud of myself. I've got 3 down, and I don't feel like stopping yet. And it's not even, I almost said December. It's not even February yet. Okay, I am also currently still reading 3 other books. So, reading this one, Minecraft the Crash. It's a Minecraft-based story. I'm reading this one to my youngest, who is 8. We are about halfway through, and it's fine. This girl ends up in the hospital in a full body cast. She had a car accident. She was looking for her friend the whole time who was in the car with her. She doesn't know what happened to him. She was like unconscious for some length of time because, I don't know, I guess she would have been in so much pain that the doctors kept her, you know, out so that they could do all the surgeries and stuff. And then they've got this virtual reality Minecraft. You put these goggles on your head and you use your brain to control it. There's no controllers. It's just what you think it does. And because of that, the game adapts to what you're thinking. So one of the characters that she meets, one of the kids that she meets inside of the game, who are also kids in the hospital, and most of them are pretty much there with some sort of cancer because they give them people who are going to be there for a long time. So those are usually cancer kids. They live there. They need something to do. VR goggles. So one of the kids in there, a girl named Esme, whenever she gets upset about, you know, the things that are going on in her real life, she brings them into the game and is upset about them, and then like mobs of witches will spawn, and then they have to fight all these witches. Basically, it's halfway through the book and they've fought almost every single mob you can fight before going to the Nether to fight those mobs. So it's constantly like battle after battle, which is annoying to read, honestly. We're powering through it. It's fine. I'd rather play Minecraft. I'm like, they could leave out all of that and just get to the point of the story, which I don't know. It's fine. Lots of battles, a lot of battles, too many battles, just too many battles. But that's what you do in Minecraft. So it's weird that there's a Minecraft novel. And the whole time I'm reading it, I'm imagining Minecraft story mode, which I find incredibly boring, by the way. So, but I'm a big fan of Minecraft. I do play Minecraft. I like hard Minecraft. Anyway, next. So the book that I'm reading with my son is journal number 3. And I'm mostly reading it because most of it's written in cursive. Not that I wouldn't read it anyway, but I'm reading it with him because most of it's written in cursive. And even though you can read most things in cursive if you know your basic print, it's still a lot faster for me to read it to him. And we like reading books together. I love spending time with my kids, and books is one of the ways that we spend time together. But look at, like, this thing is so awesome. I wanted to make a book like this my entire life. Like, I've always wanted to have my own journal, and it's from Gravity Falls, in case nobody has recognized this. So Gravity Falls is a kick-ass show, and I recommend everybody watch it. If you don't watch it, what is wrong with you? So this book is awesome, and it's got all kinds of weird stuff in it. It's right up my alley because I love ghosts and weird stuff, and those pages were blank. Wait, that was just one blank page. Where's some blank pages? Ah, yes. What is this? Are there secrets on this page? We even got the blacklight pen. We have one of those for, you know, invisible ink, and we were scanning through the pages. There's none of that in here. Maybe on that page. There might be something on that page. I don't know, but that should be in there because that's in the book, or that's in the show when they look through the book. I want them to make the rest of the journals. Anyway, the third book that I'm currently still reading is this one, which looks really cool because I removed the covers because the covers are always ugly. It's called Witches, and I love magic and witches and witchcraft and that kind of stuff. I'm not delusional by any means, but you know, weird things happen in the world, and if you believe in God, you call them miracles. If you believe in something else, you call them something else. You know, it's just the weird, chaotic ways of the universe and existence. But witches were always something I loved as a kid. I love the movies, like, oh, I just love witches so much. So this book I got from my mother-in-law. They were gonna get rid of it, and I was like, oh, I want that. And it's kind of like a coffee table book. It's got such like cool paintings inside of it. Let me show you one that's not super awkward, because it's got some awkward ones. Look at that. There's that. There's all kinds of cool poems in here about witches that people have written. It's kind of like an informational thing in a sense, along with art. It's really neat. I don't let my kids look at this one though because the artwork's a bit graphic. Not that one. I'm not going to show you guys anything graphic. But yeah, it's kind of like a brief little overview, and she's got some of her own opinions in there, and she's done some research, and oh, the mandrake root. Yeah, there's all kinds of cool stuff in here. I really like it. I feel like this could inspire like some really cool stories. So those are all the books I'm currently reading and the books that I've currently read. I think everybody should read. They should read a lot of books all the time. Reading is really important. What I noticed with my kids is that they can read words, and I'm like, whoa, you're so smart. They are smart, by the way. I'm not just like, oh, my kids are that smart. Like they're in the gifted class. My oldest son just got a letter to be accepted into this like advanced placement program, which would mean driving him to another school because he's not supposed to go to that school, but he got some sort of invitation to apply for this position at the school that they don't give to everybody. So I don't even remember what the point of that was. Oh yeah, they're reading words, and I'm just like, god dang, I forget how smart you are. And then when you read things out loud, and I'm like, freaking hell, man, you're so smart, good job. But then they can't spell some words. It's like, why did you spell it like that? I don't even understand how your brain came to that conclusion. So reading is important, but spelling, like writing, is equally as important, because you can read all kinds of stuff but then write like you don't know anything, you know? It would just be so sad to be somebody who reads a lot, but then you go and write stuff and people don't know you read a lot and then think you're kind of like illiterate. Like they think you're stupid because you don't spell properly. Even though you read the words, practicing the spelling is important, and it's so weird to think that, but it's true. So write some creative stories. Just write about your life in your journal. Write stuff, read stuff, and if you are currently reading anything and you have a reading goal for 2019, leave your comments down below, because I would like to know. 72 books is a lot of books. I do have a lot of books to read on my bookshelf, but don't know if all of those are gonna be the one. I have 2 other books over there that I'm planning on reading that I just got this weekend. One of them I halfway read already in the past, but I'm gonna reread it all over again because it's so good. I love that story so much. And then the other one I've seen the movie for, and I hope the book is as delicious as the movie was. But yeah, tell me what you're reading down below. And have an awesome, super awesome day. And if you like this video, hit like and hit subscribe and come back for more. And I'm talking really fast. Okay, great. See you later. I'm Brook.